Hello, good morning to everyone. Thank you for those who are here in the live chat. Thank you for those who are going to watch on the replay. One and all, make sure you smash that like button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single live. I will probably be doing more pop-ups in the future. So, that notification bell will save you and let you know when I'm here. So we are going to do some reading sprints because I have to read this arc and your girl is struggling for many reasons, mostly because all I'm saying is justice for ALCs. That's it. That's all. Like, I have an arc, which is an advanced reader copy. It took me forever to figure out what arcs where people were like, oh, I have an arc. And I'm like a character arc or what are you talking about? But it was booktube, so they weren't talking about writing. They were like, no, it's an advanced reader copy. I was like, oh, of course, obviously, right? Whatever. But there's also advanced listener copies. So an ARC is like a print book or an ebook, which mostly people are doing ebooks now because, we're in a whole pandemic. It's also cheaper. But so that's happening now. But there are also advanced listener copies where you can get the audio book. That's what your girl needs. I'm an audio booker. And we'll talk about this later because I put it in like one of the question prompts or whatever. But like, I need ALCs. I need ALCs to become more of a thing. Because right now, a lot of the ones that I have seen, which I'm not on NetGalley often because I'm struggling with the 2 arcs I have. I don't need any more for the rest of the year, and that's just the truth. So, but of the ones that I saw, a lot of them were this is an ALC, but it's going to be a computer reading it to you, not the actual like voice actor that's going to be narrating the actual audiobook. And I'm like, well, then no. What?
Yeah, no, I couldn't do that.
Exactly. I'm like, you're going to have this person have a 2-star review for no reason.
Right.
No. So justice for ALCs. If you're going to do it right. What? Trash. KaShay is giving me a look, but I stand by what I said.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm trying to get this Twitter thing going.
Okay.
Sorry. No, I'm not even on the screen. I can't even see you if I'm being perfectly honest. So it was not a face towards you at all. I apologize.
Oh, my sister's back in the chat. Saying good morning to both of us. Whatever. I said she said good morning to both of us. I just want y'all to know y'all's friendship is not going to be a thing. That's all. That's all.
You are so silly. Whatever.
I'm just letting you know. Last stream I was like waffling about it, and I've decided it's not going to be a thing.
No, I'm going to take a firm stand on this.
Nip that in the bud. But good morning, sissy. Good morning.
That's hilarious.
Good morning. Okay. So we are doing reading sprints. We did writing sprints. Was that earlier this same week?
Yeah, we did writing sprints on Wednesday, I feel like.
Wow. For a second, your elbow had a tail, and then I was like, no, tighten.
I was like, yeah.
Yes. So we did writing sprints on Wednesday, and today we're doing reading sprints. Why? Because I need to make tracks in this arc of Redemptor, because I've already said out loud on my channel that I have an arc of Redemptor, and so now I feel pressure to actually read it. And
oh yeah, no, you were definitely gonna have pressure because I was gonna say something because I definitely requested an arc of Redemptor and definitely did not get one. So yeah, I was gonna talk bad about you. So you was gonna think you wasn't my friend for not finishing that Redemptor arc.
Listen, I was very good morning, KK Birds. I was very surprised when I got the arc. I said, really?
Right. And I was like, and here I am, I was like, we both knew the NetGalley. How she did it. Okay, whatever. It's cool. You didn't read it. I was gonna feel some type of way.
Wait a minute. Wait. I want y'all to hear that I said I was surprised I got it, and KaShay said right.
No. So like seriously, because the conversation you've heard it, the conversation around NetGalley is it's hard to get the things that you actually want. And so I didn't think you'd get it because you were new. I didn't think I'd get it. So when you got it, I was like, oh dang, I got a chance. And it was like, nope. And I was like, so you better read this book because I wanted this art.
The real tea of the morning is that's the reason why KaShay got a NetGalley to begin with.
Yeah, it's the only reason was I wanted to get that art. I was like, oh, let me get an account. And I was like, oh, I didn't get it. Okay.
And now here I am struggling.
Yeah.
The struggly duckling. And so we're just gonna have to have, some sprints to help you girl along. Hello, Emma Ray. So I'm so happy to see you. Emma Ray has had reading sprints back to back this week.
Really? I feel like, did I not subscribe? Let me go to YouTube and subscribe because I feel like I have not got one notification. Maybe I didn't hit the notification bell either. That is
her YouTube is her name right here, Emma Ray Empowered. I think she started her book too, 3 months ago? I honestly don't have a concept of time, so correct me if I'm wrong. I probably am. When did you start your book too?
I feel like I've been seeing her name longer than that. Like at least in conversation, in like the
she's definitely been in chats.
Yeah.
She's definitely been in chats, and then she started her channel. When did you start your channel, Emmy?
Subscribe and that notification bell because I am wise enough to do that. It says first video was 5 months ago.
Okay. Okay, so I wasn't wrong.
It says incoming book nerd. Also, you were homeschooled too? Okay. I'm gonna just have to dive deep into your content now. So it's like I don't ever really meet other Black homeschool people in real life. And so in YouTube, I've met 5 now.
Okay, cool.
Right. It's just kind of cool.
Cool. All right. Well, we are gonna start because like I said, your girl's in struggly duckling mode, and Ray Bear is coming out August 14th. And I'm on chapter 5. So let's get into it. Putting question 1 on the KaShay. I didn't stop the slander.
I didn't say nothing. See,
you don't have it's on your face.
Also, why we be having stuff? Because I don't say nothing, and I get chastised.
Yes, because the slander be on your face.
Man,
slanderous faces.
I'm sorry that your perception is that way. But I'm
sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry you feel that way. Good morning, Jalen. Thank you so much for joining us. Everyone, feel free to pop in the chat the answer to question 1 and also what you are reading today, or if you're just hanging with us as productivity sprints more than reading sprints, that would be fine too.
So I am planning on working on this and finishing the audiobook of Grown. But also I was at my cousin's birthday party last night crocheting, whatever, judge your mama. And I think I left the crochet hook at their house.
Oh man.
And so I'm now I gotta get up and go find another of the same size, and also hope that the minions didn't destroy and or lose the crochet hook in the 12 hours I've not been at the house.
It's a pretty good chance.
Right,
Pretty solid chance.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we wish you all the best.
First of all, this is why you get those looks. There was no, I hope that it's not. No, it's a pretty good chance. There was no positivity in that ever. So when you say, I just look. I don't say anything. You let the words come out your mouth is all I'm saying. So
they might as well. I can see it on your face anyway. I can see the slander on your face. It's on your face. So at that point, you might as well say it. At least you ain't gotta wonder. That's just me. Emma Ray is reading Peculiar Peril by Jeff Vandermeer. Okay, what is that about? What genre is that? Penumbra. Oh, look how big the Afghan is getting. Oh, yeah. See?
No. Yeah, so it when I hold it up, it's like right above my foot, like where it's like touching the top of my foot, and it comes like right here on me. So I feel like 10 more rows and then I can do the border and I'll be done.
Oh, I was saying, look, see, someone is
No.
cares about your plight or something.
You know
Not
what?
cares about, but what's the word? Sympathetic
Not
to.
cares about your plight or something. Okay.
I
Okay.
couldn't find the words. I was thinking that someone is sympathetic to your plight. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
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 You get on my nerves.
Absolutely. 100%. Okay, Black Fortunes. Who was that by? What genre is that?
Is that nonfiction? I'm curious.
Black Fortunes. Let us know. I legit have no idea. He's the author of Annihilation. I believe this would be categorized as speculative science fiction. Okay,
Okay.
cool. All right,
Intriguing.
let's get into a warm up 15-minute sprint so I can make some strides in this book and KaShay will stop giving me this stink eye. That's the only goal for today. So y'all buckle up. All right. And 3, 2, 1. Y'all turn them pages. All right. How'd that sprint go for you?
I found a crochet hook. I didn't get to a book because I had a string of voice messages that somebody sent me that I was listening to that I still didn't finish. So there's that. But yeah, no. But yeah, but I started on this color and got this far in. So
Pretty. I was on 11% and now I'm on 12%. So
what?
because the way you looked up and smiled, I really just heard you be like, she's not worthy. You should have given it to me.
I wasn't even thinking that.
I don't know. I don't know.
I was sitting there like, bruh, I swear when you have to like actually read a book, it don't
Ooh.
go by as fast as you think it do. It does.
I said, what page? Why am I still in this
I'm
chapter?
right.
Taxing to say the least.
What are you reading it on? Like your phone or something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nah, yeah. So I definitely read slower on the phone. Man, if you put an Amazon wish list together, definitely put a Paperwhite on there because it'll definitely help.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't because I've had to read all of Becca's books on the Kindle, like when I get the art copy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So reading it on there, I've been able to finish them in like a day, or a day and a half, compared to like reading on a phone because it just hurts my eyes so much. I can't.
Oh, I mean, I have Kindle on my phone. I mean, on my computer. So maybe
Yeah,
I'll
so
start reading it.
I don't know if I don't know like how the Kindle on the computer works, but I just know with the Paperwhite it's supposed to be more like reading a book again. So the way the lights and stuff work on your eyes, it doesn't put as much strain as if you are looking at a device.
Yeah, because that's the other thing. It's like there's a echo in here. Sorry, y'all. That's the other thing is that my eyes are sensitive to being on the screen because I'm on the screen so much, and so like literally I just have to like go lay down sometimes because
Right.
my eyes are just like seriously.
That's
You
what made
can't
me say something when you said you're reading on the phone. I was like, oh, that's definitely not helping you either.
no.
And now, while I'm not completely sympathetic, I do sympathize more with the fact that you haven't finished the art.
Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome. See, I said it and didn't think
That's
it.
I mean, listen, get you friends who will say it to your face. That's all I'm saying. Get you some friends who will say it to your face. Because
Oh,
the
and
ones who
also,
won't,
Britt thinks I'm a lot meaner than I actually am.
who me?
Yes.
I don't think you're mean.
I didn't say you thought I was mean. I said I think you think I'm meaner than I am. So not necessarily that I'm mean, but that you'll be thinking I'm thinking something not. Girl, I wasn't even thinking that. I mean, now I am because you said it, but
I
before
don't know. Maybe I don't know that your face be getting the memo that you ain't thinking certain things.
man,
Sometimes I'm like, your face was thinking it. I don't know about the rest of you.
yeah, nah, I'll give you that. I'll definitely be making faces, and people like you had a face, and I was like, oh, I did.
Get
My
out of
mind
here.
was somewhere completely else. Dang, my bad.
My gosh. Anyway, per Penumbra is did I hear you call Penumbra Mary last time? Is that
Maggie,
her?
Maggie,
Maggie.
yeah.
Maggie is working on more World Anvil articles, waiting for that last prompt to go live. Almost 50 articles related to your giant sci-fi fantasy series. Articles. So you're writing an article about your book? Are these prompts like prompts to like actually write it or prompts for you to write about it? And then okay,
Shamari working something.
cool. I mean, we're on the same page. I also read like 5 pages, but they're 5 Kindle pages, so I don't know what that translates to be honest. Shay's Afghan is coming together, and we love that.
Yeah, thank you.
I think I already have a blue light on permanently. But it is like the veins in my eyes. I see them every day now. And I'm just like, I need to not like, but there's nothing I can do about it. Especially not now while I'm in this revisions workshop. There is nothing I can do about it.
Yeah. You also just reminded me that my insurance is time for me to get either some contacts or glasses. So
Mm,
I need to do that.
man. Yeah, I think I keep my blue light on, but let me check because there's definitely a blue light on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an eye comfort shield and it's on. So I don't know what to do. Y'all pray my strength. Anyway, um, they're world building prompts. There are world building prompts, and then there are a bunch of different categories where you can talk about your world. They call the pages articles. Okay, that sounds really helpful.
Right.
That sounds really, really helpful.
It low-key sounds like you're creating like a mini wiki.
Mm, yeah, a wiki for your whip.
Right.
That's
Which
cool.
I feel like that could be great, like for promotional stuff down the road, right? Like,
Yep, yep,
I
yep,
like,
yep.
I like that idea.
Yeah. Um, Question number one: how do you prepare yourself to read?
Um, so with audiobooks, I always have to be doing something. So it's either like, hey, what chores need to get done or what needs to be crocheted. Um, and I primarily do audiobooks because it's hard for me to reconcile sitting down and only reading. Yeah, I hate this productivity mindset this country has created in all of us because I hate that how I feel about books, that I can't just sit down and enjoy and not feel guilty about that alone. Um, oh, that's interesting. Sorry, I just realized I made a mistake. Um, like, oh, that's interesting. So yeah, for physical books though, it's more set like the only preparation is just like this is all I'm about to be doing for the next X amount of hours.
I mean,
So it's like more mentally getting like this is all I'm about to be doing for the next amount of hours. So
yeah, it's the same for me. I don't often do it, right? So, like, for me, like to be reading, well, I do. I don't often do it for non-school things. So for school things, I just schedule it and it is what it is. Where it's like, okay, so I'm gonna just be reading um for an hour and a half. But the thing about reading academic works or like critical theories is, for me at least, for the critical theories I'm reading right now, which are a lot of literary criticisms, and theory about science fiction and whatever else, that kind of reading is especially active for me. I'm not just sitting back reading a book trying to get through, because I'm not gonna get through 50 pages in an hour of a critical theory. I'm engaging the argument, and so I might see a part of the argument, but like, oh my gosh, that will definitely push my own argument for whatever. And so then I start like writing a little something something, and then when I finish writing up that thing, I'll go back and keep reading. Or like, oh, they're in conversation with so and so, let me go pull that book. So it's a lot more active when I'm reading for school than when I'm sitting down and reading for this. Because when I'm reading for school, that has a direct correlation to my writing. This does not. It gives me ideas and is instructive for like world building, but it's not going to make me stop and go write something. I'm just going to be sitting here for however long and only doing this, and nothing else in my life is going to benefit from it, which I guess is that productive mindset. But also for me, it's like I want to rest my eyes. So I don't have to prepare my mind in any way to read an audiobook if I want to read that audiobook. But when I have to sit down and do a print, I do have to prepare myself, and it's really just like, um, just use the time to elevate your ankle or something. Like, yeah, I just have to tell myself to lay down and, do it for 20 minutes or do it for an hour. Like, I definitely do. It's a thing.
Right.
And it's not necessarily even about productivity. It's about being really able to rest while I read. And I can rest better while I read when I have an audiobook.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to engage with my eyes. I can just rest them and close them.
Yeah, no, I can't close my eyes and listen to an audiobook. I'll fall asleep.
Absolutely. Even if my eyes are open, like, just to not have to be staring at something. I can be eyes open in the dark, and have been before. Just lay down in the dark, listening to an audiobook, and I'm just at rest, and it's lovely.
Yeah.
It's lovely. I mean, coffee and iced water, and maybe some jazz in the background, okay?
Hey.
It's a whole mood.
That sounds like a vibe, for real, for real. You know what? Low key, like, had reading sprints been a thing pre-pandemic, I would have loved to have like reading listening parties, right? Like, so like it's just a group of friends get together, jazz in the background,
Yeah.
everybody just reading, and like, every 30 minutes just like, hey, where you at in your book? How you liking it? What you feel? Hey, let's choose a different artist. Like, I think that would be, that'd just be so fun. Also, I am like totally one of those people that I feel like when I get into my like peak entrepreneurial stage, I'm gonna have like the most like differentest type of clubs, but like the clubs that you never knew you wish you had. Like those. So like a jazz book club where you literally come and you can buy drinks and just read your book and listen, and it's jazz music and it's live, so it's not recorded. Like, that'd be such a freaking vibe. Such a freaking vibe.
I'd go. I would go to it. I thought you were gonna say a jazz. I thought you were gonna say a listening party, like, hey y'all, Redemptor just came out. I got the audio book. Come over, let's listen to it together. Like,
but that would be cool too. Like, even like that, like however you want to switch it up, right? Because like, for the Octavia Butler, everybody's reading the same.
Yes,
book, so
that would be so cool.
Right? Like, if you could do it live, that would be.
Yes.
Man,
I wish we could do it on YouTube. Obviously, we can't because of like copyright reasons and etc.
Right,
etc.
like, I feel like you can't do jazz. Like, I feel like you can do lo-fi music, but like,
no, I mean, like, I wish that we could do like listen to an audiobook together on YouTube, but we probably can't for copyright reasons. But that would be really cool.
Hey, Zoom though. We create
That's true. We can Zoom it.
To a book club and be like, hey, yo,
that's true. We're listening to chapters 1 through 3 tonight.
Like, this weekend. Yeah. Hey,
yo,
all I'm saying is that might be our new thing.
Y'all stay tuned. We're going to figure some stuff out. Drop the address. I'm pulling up.
Drop the Addy. Drop the location.
Yes. Drop that Zoom link. Okay. We'll have to get back on that. That could be a whole plan.
That could be, right? Ooh, okay. I'm about to private chat you something.
Okay. Penumbra said, I am sitting in the car while heading to town because it's an hour just to get there, and I usually am not driving. Okay, cool. Great. I'm the only driver I have, so unfortunately, me being in the car, which is how I can get through audiobooks because I listen.
Yeah, for sure. When I used to have to do the Dallas to Tulsa drive, and that's like 4.5 hours, a podcast. That was before I was like into audiobooks.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I would be listening to podcasts like over and over, like,
yeah,
nothing but time, and you in there by yourself,
right?
I think that'd be super cool.
Right. Like, listen, if Injury were here, I'd be like, Injury, you can have the idea for free. Like, if y'all want to do this in Octavia slow read.
Right, man.
Could be a thing.
It could definitely be a thing.
Because then they could just talk about it right then. Like, we're going to read the first 3 chapters.
They do. When they do the OEB slow reads, they do. They read it like they're each day that they meet. It's like by chapters, and they'll talk about like, so what are you feeling now? How do you think about this? What do you feel about this character? Which is why I love it, but it's also why like you have to be like active and reading
On it.
because this you're not gonna know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
I jumped into it way too late because they're like in the middle of a series, and I'm like, I gotta go ahead and do this.
Yeah, I can't right now. My class is ending now, but I wasn't available to be reading more.
Right, but man, it's such a dope thing. Like,
I want to do it so bad. Like, I do need to read her canon, like
oh
her
yeah, no,
Kindred.
it's definitely on my to do list to get through everything she's done.
Yeah, I need to do it. I should have just like made time to do it because I do need to get through her canon like now because
Yeah, it's
just
definitely what
because
she's doing,
can
right?
her book Kindred is grounded in my dissertation, and so like if I'm going to say that this author's text is grounded in my dissertation, it would behoove me to also know what other works they have written to see if there are themes in their writing that could be relevant. So I just need to get it together. But I just have too many balls in the air right now. I need some of them to come down, and they will in about a couple of months. So I'm just gonna have to wait because I don't have the bandwidth for it right now.
I
People
just
are liking our idea. Maggie's gonna bring cookies.
hey
Hello, Adrian.
hey
Thank you for
yeah.
joining. Sissy said this is a great way to prepare me to read your live collabs. Oh, I mean, yes, you could definitely use us to prepare to read.
I like that.
We're in the
Um,
trenches together. Hmm.
I was about to say also I love that with new authors comes renewed interest into older authors, right? So with the big surge and push for N.K. Jemisin means that people are going back and finding Octavia Butler because you can't know N.K. Jemisin and not hear her speak about Octavia Butler and the influence she had on her. And because of that, now we got Kindred becoming something. We got Issa Rae behind Fledgling becoming something. And it's like these works are getting things that they weren't getting before. And it's just so dope to see. Like, I just hope and pray that whoever is connected with that lady is getting their just due for what's going on with her works. Because, right,
Yeah,
we got movie and TV rights stuff talking about now on
exactly. Get your money,
things
honey.
that we
Someone needs to get
never
paid.
got to see. Right.
Someone
So,
needs to get paid.
right. And I feel like she has like a foundation or like a scholarship or something. So I feel like
Okay.
somebody needs to be getting endowed somewhere.
Drop that deposit.
Right.
Hello, Sky Angel. Thank you for joining us. We've had a couple of people come in. Thank y'all for popping in. So happy to see you. If you have not, make sure you smash that like button and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single pop up. I'm going to be doing more of them in the coming weeks because I just have so much writing to do and so much reading to do. So make sure you definitely ping that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Because you don't want to miss a thing. What's that? That country song?
You would know.
What is it like? Even when I close my eyes, I still miss you, babe. And I don't want to miss a thing. Right? You don't know?
She's
You don't know
asking.
the song?
She's asking y'all. I don't know why she's trying to act like she asking me. Like she knows me very well. Why would you think I know that? I'm just saying.
That's definitely a song. I know
I,
that it
I
is.
believe that it's a song, but
Okay,
like
Emmy, you got me. Okay, Emmy, I need you to be on the case. Whose song is it?
no, I've definitely heard it. Like when I've heard that now, that's what I call music commercials, and they play clips. But I've never heard it
That's
outside
what
of
I
that.
call music.
I'm just saying. I, that's like the part that you saying is the only part of that song I've ever heard, and I know
That's all I
nothing.
know. It's all I know. I've
So
given you all of me just now. Cause I give you all of me. You know that song.
well, of course. There are two very distinct
Aerosmith.
differences between song A and song B. Is all I'm saying. Like I don't know why you acting like it's not.
Thank you, Sarah. It's Aerosmith. Okay.
Oh my
Thank
gosh, Adrian, I love the Akata Witch. Okay, so I read Akata Witch and Akata Warrior, and she's working on book 3, and I am so super duper excited. I loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. I love it.
your 45th book of the year. If so, you're on a roll.
Yeah, I'm almost to my goal, and I'm like, yo, if I finish the Spook Who Sat by the Door, Grown in the Killing Moon before midnight tomorrow, I could be there. I could have 5 books for the month, and I'd be there.
Here's the thing, and Ashley from Bookish Realm says this like consistently, and I appreciate it. People on book, and we'll like get to this question, I think after the next sprint, which we're going to start soon because I only moved 1% that last sprint, and we got to make waves. But like people on BookTube, all of us, like not just one person, like it can feel like everyone's reading 100 books because we are reading more than like maybe the average person. But if you read 5 books last year, go you.
Right. Like that's 5 books you hadn't read previously. And legitimately,
Really,
honestly, I personally feel like low key a book a month is really good. Like is a really good thing, right? Everybody that
100%.
relate to that. But I'm saying like if people were like just like, hey, if I could just do a book a month, like that would be a great accomplishment with everything else that you have to do in your life. And I don't think people put enough like emphasis on the fact that you're even reading because there are
Exactly.
a lot of people that don't read outside of school once they're
At
done
all.
that never pick up another book. So I'm
So what we're
super
saying is you're awesome regardless,
yeah,
Adrian.
you're doing great for sure.
Regardless. Okay. Let's hop into another. Whoa. We had a jump.
But yeah, so I jumped too. Also, okay, so for those of you guys who read Akata Witch, am I the only person that was like, oh my gosh, characters that make smart decisions and act their age? I like read it and I immediately sent Britt a voice note and was like, okay, I found it. This is it. I finally feel like YA could make sense because this person acted like a 12-year-old should act like. Okay, all right. I just had to ask since we have other people who read it.
Great. Okay. We're going to hop into a 30-minute sprint now because your girl got to make some moves, truly, because I just need to. All right. So we're going to do a 30-minute sprint. It's the bomb timer once again. I'm excited. I also didn't discover BookTube until a little bit over a year ago. And I just had my 1-year BookTube anniversary. And it was maybe a month before I started my channel that I discovered it. I didn't know this was a thing at all. At all. I just didn't. But anyway, hello, Ashley's Media Addiction. I don't think I've ever seen you in my chat before, but I'm so glad that you're here. So we're gonna start a 30-minute sprint. You can read, you can write, you can take a nap, you can cook the kids' food, whatever. Do what you do. Just do it with us. So we're gonna get into this 30-minute sprint and
Also,
question
are you're gonna play the ending of the thing, right?
the ending of
Of
what
the timer.
Yes.
Okay. There is an explosion, FYI, just so that y'all know. We don't want you to be surprised. You're gonna be surprised, but at least we told you, so
You
you
were
don't
gonna be
be super
surprised.
surprised.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you. Yes. 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 Okay, so question 2 is on the screen. 3, 2, 1. Y'all turn them pages. Okay. How did everybody do? KaShay had to run an errand, so she will be back. Oh no, KaShay is here.
Yeah, no, I haven't left yet. I'm going to leave. I knew I was gonna still be here by the time we got done, but I knew I'd probably have to leave before the next sprint started because I know how we be talking. So yeah.
I see.
Gotta do adult stuff, you know.
Yeah. Okay, I read 6%. Oh no, okay, let's see.
That's good. Look at that. You did 6 times and double the time. Look at that.
Amazingness. Okay, Maggie, what's a genre you thought you'd hate or used to hate but actually could sort of get into? Maggie says cozies and chick lit. I hated them until I got dared to write in the genres. That'll do it. That will do it. Ashley read.
Oh, I didn't know if you were answering the question. My bad.
Maggie. One look is all it takes.
What are you doing right now, boy?
And then Ashley read 6% is Still Rose, Van Helsing Academy by Stacey O'Neill. How you liking it so far? Okay, Maggie and Adrian are here for the bomb. Me too, I really like it. I thoroughly enjoy it. KK Burks read a chapter and a half of Black Fortune. Cool. I got super distracted, so I barely read. That's okay. I got 2% farther in the book. I was like, what needs to happen is that I need to not get only 1% farther again because KaShay is going to give me a look. So I got 2%. Amen. Puppos, we love you. Okay, working from home, so getting emails down, working higher ed. Listen, bless you.
Wait, okay, so did you get 2% or did you get 6% read?
No, I was already on 11%.
Uh-huh.
When we started, and now I'm on 15%. So like last sprint, the first sprint I got from 11 to 12%, and now I'm at from 12 to 15. So I actually got 3%. Woohoo! I think for me it's sci-fi. Same, Sarah. So for me, I read fantasy, but I didn't think I would like sci-fi, and definitely not like higher order sci-fi like Jemison. But I thoroughly appreciate her. So I still don't ever want to write that, but I still can appreciate it in a way that I was like, I don't think that's for me, but I'm actually into it. Ashley is loving. I already forgot what book she was reading. Still Rose, Van Helsing Academy. Loving it. It's the third in a trilogy and about 75%, and now hoping to finish it today. Okay, but we're gonna do one more 30 and then we're gonna close with the 15. So hopefully we can help you get that. Romance and fantasy. Okay, but now you're into them. For me, it's horror. Me and horror still haven't come to like a loving place. But KaShay and I are gonna read Tiffany D. Jackson's White Smoke in October. So I think that's horror, right? So we'll see if that goes well. What genre for you, KaShay?
So for KK, I would be the same as KK, romance and fantasy.
Okay.
So N.K. Jemisin was the first fantasy author I ever read, and so I was like, oh, because for me, fantasy was Tolkien, and I was like, there's no way I'm reading that.
Yeah.
So she was my range in that, and then also YA. Like I know that's not like a genre, that's more like an age category, but like
Yeah.
I wasn't reading YA fantasy at all and I wasn't reading romance at all. And so like meeting you and our friendship and you telling me books, like now I read those things and I actually kind of like them.
I
Now
definitely forced them on her.
I'm definitely super picky at what I will read, but pretty much everything I read I like, which means that I don't ever really read things I don't think I'm gonna like. So there's that. But you know.
Yeah, I definitely forced it on KaShay by telling her every single book I read, I would just, so I'm reading this and that and that. She didn't have a choice. Um, Hydration reminder: get y'all some H2O. And for me, the answer to question number 2 is horror, like I believe Sarah said. No, not horror. Um, fantasy. Fantasy, we're really not fantasy, science fiction. Um, so I'm gonna grab you some water, and we're gonna do a quick stretch, and then we're gonna get into another 30-minute sprint. Victor Lavelle also writes amazing horror. Listen, I'm still on the fence with horror. Like I haven't come to I can rock with it yet. So we'll see. We will see. Okay. I would say short story collections. Okay, like anthologies. I used to steer away from them, but now I love a short story collection. Great way to branch out. It's true. It is true. Shay, you're still here? You keep coming.
I was addressing. I ain't gone yet. I was gonna tell you when I was leaving.
I thought you were like you just when I was like, okay, I guess that's her saying goodbye.
No. See, y'all. This is why I be saying. I feel like sometimes I like you know me, but do you know me? Like I'm just gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna just not say bye.
Well, you told me you were leaving, so that could serve as a bye, and you said you would be back, so it's not like I'm not gonna see you again.
Yeah, but that still sounds way ruder than I actually am.
I don't think you're rude. I didn't receive it rudely.
Don't let Brit's perception of me affect y'all, please. Cause like,
I didn't perceive it rudely. I just thought that it was like, all right, see you in a bit.
yeah, no, but my ride is on their way, so I will be leaving. Like I figure by the time you get to the end of the comments and get ready to start the sprint, I'll probably be out.
Yeah. So are you gonna be back by the end of this 30-minute sprint or by the end?
It should definitely not take me 30 minutes.
Okay. All right. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Because I see my sister trying to start something in the comments, but I'm not gonna. I'm not playing. We're from across the country right now. So horror and military mixed. What you mean military mixed? Like military plots? Because that's also I've only read 2 that I can think of right now, and it's The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winters, which I did enjoy, but that was a very military. Like they were in the midst of a war. He was joining the military forces, and then what's that book by Rebecca F. Kwong? Poppy Wars, which I am literally right in the middle of Poppy Wars. I just can't progress.
I feel like I've heard about that one.
Poppy Wars?
Yeah, like I feel like I've heard like a lot of conversations about it.
Definitely, and I'm like, cool. And honestly, when I finish all these these 2 reviews I need to do for NetGalleys, or even the first one, I'll go back to it because it is on audio. But when I see an audiobook that's like 19, 16 chapters long, I automatically get discouraged. I'm like, so I'll never finish. Is that what you're saying? Unless it's a romance.
Do you mean hours?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless it's a romance. I'm like, I can't do a 16-hour fantasy. Yeah. That's a lot. I feel like it'll never end. I was a sci-fi girl from 6 years old. Okay.
Hey.
Listen, I read
like science fiction stuff, but mainly because most science fiction that I liked as a kid dealt with the future, and I was always like enthralled with the future. So that would be why. But like that's kind of like the extent of it.
My sister wants you not to take it to heart.
Oh yeah, nah, I don't be taking
exactly. So why did that even need to be said? Oh my gosh. Passive. I tell KaShay exactly what I think.
Yeah, I was about to say the honesty is definitely there. We definitely do not mince words. So that part. The
This
grace
is
of
why y'all
peace.
can't be friends. Moving on. Emmy said the Grace of Kings is a military one, and it's so cool. Who wrote the Grace of Kings, Emmy? Okay. So you're just not a fan of the military plot. I haven't really read a lot of books that have a military plot. That's just me.
I haven't read that.
Mm-mm. Oh, are all three of them out? Well, look at that.
I know it was a trilogy.
I knew it was a trilogy. I just didn't know that all three of them were out.
All right.
All right. We're going to get into this 30-minute sprint. And Shay is going to go run some errands, and someone else is walking their dog. So, y'all, get your lives, and we'll see you soon. Completely agree with Emma. Kim Lou wrote Grace of Kings. Okay. So, she'll be back by the end of the sprint, most likely. But yeah, Ken Lou wrote Grace of Kings. Maybe you can try that, Jay. Alrighty, let's get into this sprint because I'm at a good place in Redemptor. I'm like, ooh, hold on, some tea. What's the tea? I want to know. Even though I feel my eyes like being like, do we have to keep looking at this screen? And I wish the answer was no, but at least for another 45 minutes, the answer is yes. But that's okay. We got this. All right. Oh, wait. We have to stretch a little bit. Okay. Just a quick little shoulder roll. Just roll your shoulders up by your ears, then down and up and down and up and down. And just flex your arms and your fingers as you're doing this. Sort of pull your shoulder blades apart. Really get that space. And then just roll your arms in and out just to get some motion in the ocean. Shake it out. Let's do some things. Okay. And 3, 2, 1. Y'all turn them pages. Okay, people. I am really thoroughly enjoying this book. I'm getting tired, so we're just gonna do one more 15-minute as like a cool down, and then we'll be done. But go ahead and put your answer to question number 3 in the chat. What is your biggest reading obstacle? What stops you from reading the most? I'm super enjoying. There's this character. So I'm reading Redemptor, right? There's this character, and I'm like, oh snap! Is Sanji gonna have some competition in the love department? We don't know. We don't know. But I like Jeet. I do. I like Jeet. I do. But I'm just like, I don't know. This dude is interesting. He's interesting. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. We will see. But I am a very character and relationship driven reader. So I'm like, yes, this plot is so interesting, and oh my gosh, all the twists. But did you see what happened with Tarisai and Dio, or with Dio and G? Like that's where my attention is. That's just me. Okay, so while y'all are putting your answers in the chat, I will go ahead and put my own. My biggest, and I already said this basically, but my biggest reading obstacle is just if it's a print book, is sitting down and reading. I am in graduate school. I work in a writing center. I just taught my first class that just ended yesterday. So like I just have a lot of stuff to do, and all of those things require me to read for different reasons. And also like I'm a writer, right? Early career writer, unagented, banging out manuscripts, trying to like query all these things, right? In a Black Creatives Fund revision workshop that We Need Diverse Books has put together. And so like all of those different things make me have to look at screens a lot, and my eyes just get really strained. And so reading puts further strain on my eyes if it's an ebook. But even if it's a print book, I would prefer not to have to read. I prefer not to read in my downtime when I'm already reading for everything else. And so that's what prevents me from reading, is the fact that I read in almost every other part of my life. And so it can just be difficult for me to feel like reading is a turn down if I'm having to read it physically. Now, if it's audio, that's different. But that is my biggest obstacle, is the other things that require me to read. Okay. Maggie, mom life, farm life, pandemic life. You hit the trifecta. You hit the trifecta, Maggie. Farm life. That's interesting. That's interesting. I didn't know you lived on a farm. Is it fun? Is it fun? Shay's on her way home. Time is her biggest reading obstacle. Also that. Sarah says life in general. Yeah. It's all ridiculously ridiculously trying, which is why I said, like, when you read them 5 books in a year, you have beat the odds. You have beat the odds, and you have to celebrate. And that's just me. Okay. My goats and birds and bees are more work than my children. Yeah, in general, right? Like farm life sounds so amazing. Not in general, sorry, in theory, hypothetically. When I'm not having to live that life, it sounds amazing. And then if I had to get up early in the morning to fuss with the animals, it would no longer be amazing. It would be aggravating. So that's just me. That's just me. But whenever someone says that they work on a farm, I'm like, oh, that must be so amazing. fresh food. You're getting your workout in every day. Go you. But that's not my lot in life. You're 42 in for the year. Super proud, as you should be. I don't even know where I am. Also, y'all take a sip of water if you're able. I don't even know how many books I have for the year. It has to be somewhere. It's at least 20, but honestly, I am so bad at tracking. Like, I don't put it on Storygraph or Goodreads. And so, like, from what Goodreads is tracking, I think I'm at 25, but that's with just the ones that I've actually done a review for. I don't do review for most of the books that I read, so we have no way of knowing. We have no way of knowing how many books I have read this year, honestly. And I'm also not that I'm not that tied up in it. I'm really not, because I'm constantly reading, and so for me, like, how many books I read a year is not indicative of how many books I'm engaging, because I could read like 25 books a year, right? And then I could also be working with a cohort of or a canon of 10 books that I am working on for my dissertation. So I'm reading those books over and over for the next 2 years. And I'm not reading them start to finish over and over, but I'm engaging them critically. So for me, the numbers thing only has limited significance to me personally. And I'm tired, and everything becomes what? Yes, celebration. Maggie with the hydrate or dihydrate PSA. Emmy, also, I agree with everyone. Time and life. I try to always read in the mornings and then work the rest of the day. It puts me in a good creative mood for the day. Okay. I have tried working. Working on my manuscripts in the day. And reading creatively in the day. It works. Writing earlier in the day works. So sometimes I'll start the day, and after yoga, singing practice, Bible study, breakfast, I will do an hour working on my manuscript or an hour reading a critique partner's pages, and then I will work on my dissertation for an hour, and the hour I spend on my dissertation on my manuscript will give me some energy. So when I go into my dissertation, I already have my juices flowing, and it's not it's a different level of coming in, start the day slugging through critical theory. Let's just create first, and then we will go into those things, because I'll have energy around writing, and my fingers have moved, and we're good. My Goodreads is Britt Riderly. That's what all of my stuff is. Twitter, Instagram, Goodreads, Storygraph, Britt Riderly on every platform. Maggie, I've only read 11 books this year. I think that all the editing I've done this year is why. Listen, that's also a thing. Reading and also being a writer while you're trying to read other things that are both in the genre that you write in and not. That takes time. We only have a finite number of hours in the day, no matter how many things we want to do in the day. But sometimes that doesn't happen because of life. Amen. Yes, I understood what you were saying, KK. Yeah, Goodreads has been how I do my tracking too. It's not as easy as I thought, though. Listen, you want me to tell you every time I read something and tell you what I thought about it? Can I not just rant? Why are you asking so much of me? That seems like a lot. Okay. I'm going to put this last ticker up. We are going to stretch our necks, and then we're going to go into our last sprint, which is going to be a 15er. So roll your shoulders down. Sorry, I'm resetting this 15-minute timer for us. Don't start now. Okay, roll your shoulders up and down. Bend down and just pull those shoulder blades apart once more. Yes, yes, yes. Reach up, up, up to the ceiling through your middle finger, your longest finger. Just push that middle finger towards the sky and then reach up and over, continuing to reach through that longest finger. And you should feel a pull in your side. Not a pull, not a bad pull, just like a stretch pull. And we are stretching and up, reaching to the sky through that middle finger. And Sarah's read 66 books this year. How that happened, I don't know. Listen, the force is with you. Alrighty. Roll once again. Ear to shoulder. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. Just a very easy moving of the head over and down. Right? And then slowly lift your head and just very gently pull your ear towards your shoulder. Shouldn't cause any strain. And then just drop your chin to your neck. And it can roll a little bit. And this is the safest way to stretch the back of your neck. We don't want to do this because that crunches your spine and that's not safe. So we just want to roll. And you should feel that stretch in the back of your neck. All right. Because when we're looking down, reading and typing and everything, we're just crunching everything together and that's not safe. Shay is back with us. All right. Y'all.
I might cut you off on my phone because I'm still listening on my phone on the ride. So totally did not take 30 minutes. It took like 5, but then we went to Dollar Tree so I could buy a crochet hook. So there's
And you're still back before the next sprint.
Yeah, I did it.
You did it. Take a hit of that good old H2O. Or in the words of Maggie, hydrate or dihydrate.
I have to go get it.
Okay. So we are going to do our last sprint. It's 15 minutes. We have done, what have we done? We've done 2. So we've gotten an hour and a half of writing, reading, or whatever you're doing done, or we will have gotten an hour and a half done when we finish this last sprint. Question 4 is up. You have stretched. You have drank your water. Drank your water? You took a hit of your H2O, and now let's get into this final sprint. And 3, 2, 1, y'all turn them pages. Okay, that was our last sprint. This book is getting good. This book is getting good. Which I knew I was going to like Redemptor. It's just getting into it and making the time for it, as we said already. So, but now it's getting good. And I'm like, ooh, the tea, the interesting things. Huh. Just Jordan Fuego doing what she does, which is tell a wonderful story. Tell a wonderful story. I'm loving it. So, question number 4. Dang, that question is long. Question number 4 is with the pressures of booktube, how do you manage reading like calmly?
These people don't live my life, so I don't let what they do like affect me. Like I'm gonna let you, who live way across the country, who is not going through nearly what I am, dictate how much I read. I wish. Downtown.
That like you put your whole face into that.
I'm just saying, because like I've also realized that like and I think this is also a part of why Injiri started doing the slow reads. Because some people are just reading to say they read books and not engaging with the story, the text, with the conversations in which it provokes. And you know me, that's what I do all day, every day. We're gonna have a full conversation about something I read. Even if I DNF it, because it's a whole conversation about why I didn't.
Exactly.
And I feel like some people are just like, oh, I just need to say I read 100 books by the end of the year. But like, how many of them did you actually enjoy? And how many like could go back and tell me about the story?
Right. And then can you articulate if you liked it, what was compelling about it, right? Like what did it do well? And then if you, like you said, if you DNF'd it, why? Like was it a political choice or was it just like an aesthetic that you weren't into? So yeah, no, I definitely think that and like that's why I wish I could have gotten on the slow read with Injuries. I'm like, oh my gosh, finally people taking their time reading these books. And Erica, Preacher Shay in the house.
I'm just saying, because
giving that good witness.
I have like watched, and the people that I see that are the most like enamored with like number count and are constantly like that's their videos. Like I'm like we wouldn't even run in the same circles. So like why would I care about this pressure that you're creating to read more books? Like especially because I've noticed that that's always like reading what's hot and what just came out and what everybody's talking about. And I've never been that person. Like there's still books that people are talking about that I haven't even looked at.
That's what Emmy was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just doesn't, it's not, it defeats the purpose of why we're all in this space, which is to like to read and to love on books, but you're not really, and who just said it? Yeah, Maggie. It's like reading for book count is like hearing without listening. You're just like your eyes are just moving over the page, but you're not really engaging with the story. I agree. I manage it by doing what I want to do. Really. Like I just do what I want. And if I have time to do other things, I probably still won't. I'm lazy at heart. So like if I've already done everything I want to do, I'm not going to then go and follow a trend. Because there are a lot of things that people do. And like Emmy said, people are making videos about a lot of the same books. If I take the time to do that, then I can't do this other thing that I want to do that other people aren't doing.
Right.
Like if we're all doing the same thing, what is the point?
And me personally, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm not watching 7 videos about the same book.
Exactly. I'm like who's watching that?
Very rarely am I doing that. And if I am, it's because I've already seen the type of conversations those people have about books. And that's what's making me want to watch that video. I'm not just like, oh, I'm curious about this book. Let me watch 7 different 15-minute videos about this book. Right. And then it not even be engaging enough for me to be like, oh, is this something I'd really like?
Right. Annotating. 100%. 100%. So that's just something that I know.
Annotated a fiction book before.
Huh?
I've never annotated a fiction book before.
I mean, I have, but like for my dissertation. I don't annotate. Yeah, I don't annotate fiction books. I'm just reading for pleasure, unless as I'm most of the time it's because I'm listening to them. I don't have the physical copy anyway. Yeah, actually, so I'll just put it right there. I don't, because I rarely have it in my hand. The only fiction books that I had on hand before the last few months ago was literary fiction, like Alice Walker, Toni Morrison, like that cohort of writers. And those were annotated, but most of those books I got in college. So like even if I was to read them again for pleasure, they're already annotated. And I might add to the annotation if I'm reading it for pleasure, but like only if I see something I'm like, oh my gosh, that changes. But I wouldn't go in like, I'm gonna annotate this book. And again, that's just me, because I do that all the time anyway.
Right.
And I don't want to. I don't want to unless I want to. Like if I like, oh my gosh, wait, I'm seeing a trend here and I want to highlight something, I will. But I don't go in there reading a book with the highlighter and that cool tape in my hand. But that's just me. Again, we're not living each other's lives. So, do what pleases your spirit.
Yeah, no, not downing anybody for doing it or anything.
No, listen, engage the text.
It's intriguing to me that people do it. I've only done it with like nonfiction stuff. So like when Souls of Black Folk or the Miseducation of the Negro, highlighter up and down. And I know that when I'll read like an ebook, I'll definitely like highlight portions that like speak to me. But that's pretty much like the depth of it. So I love watching videos of people who annotate fiction, because I'm always intrigued about like what made them want to mark up their book. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely, if I end up putting The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna in my conclusion, I'm definitely marking that book up and down. I think that book is just such an interesting book to read the subjectivity of the monster through. It's just so interesting. Which you read The Gilded Ones, right?
No, I haven't finished it. I've started it, but I haven't finished it.
Okay, so I won't say anymore. But it is that book that would definitely have me like, even if I was just doing it for fun, I would definitely just want to highlight all the different ways that monster subjectivity shows up, or that monsters show up, that we need to understand what a monster is thinking. I would definitely just want to like, because like that's part of the author's agenda. Like she's doing this for a reason. I just want to track throughout the book when these monsters show up, and when the character has a question about like, I just want to see that, because that's my own personal interest. But once again, that's type of my dissertation. So I don't know if I weren't doing this that I would want to do that. Who knows? I can only be who I am, where I am. I started annotating during the slow read, which I get that with Octavia Butler. Like some things, it just helps me to mark it so I can see the trend. Because otherwise I'll forget if I've seen that before in this book, or if it was another book and whatever. Like, so annotating and highlighting would help me for that, especially in a slow read where I'm reading like the canon of an author. Yeah, I want to see like, okay, I feel like that was in that first Wild Seed book. Let me go back. Yep, here it is right here. Like then if I'm doing a slow read about like a particular author, definitely I would want to. I annotated the heck out of The Gilded Ones.
I would for sure. I think I would for arcs, just because like I feel like that is such a big pressure of a thing. Like
for the reviews,
people to read and for the reviews. So definitely for that.
Yeah, which honestly is a reason why I would prefer to have a physical arc if I have to have an arc and not an ALC, so that I can and write notes and whatever. Like taking notes on Kindle is just not the same. For Erica, it's fun and cathartic. And that's right. And that's just that. Okay, y'all, we have come to the end of our road.
Yay.
Thank y'all for chilling with us. It's been real. Take another hit of H2O. Where did I stop? I started on Yeah, I started at 11%, and I'm at 21% now. So thank y'all for helping me get into a rhythm with this book. I like where I'm at now. Like, not that I'm gonna stop here, but like now I'm getting into like the story is like starting to pick up. So now I have like incentive to keep going. Thank y'all for witnessing. Roll your shoulders back one more time. Drop your chin to your chest and just roll one more time. Y'all have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. Smash that like button for those of you watching on the replay. Tell us what you read, how much you got done. Yes, sprints for mind, body, and soul. Amen. And we will see you guys at the next one. Wait. Plug. We're gonna be here Monday at 7:30 Central Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's gonna be me, Shay, and Bree, who's BookTube is the Lots Booktician. We're gonna be here talking about RESPECT, Black labor. It's gonna be a really good conversation. For those of you that saw our conversation on okay, you're Black and a creator, now what? That was a really, really great time. Kiki, all the things we had at the time of our lives for 5 hours.
Yeah, so definitely clear your schedules because we obviously don't know when to stop talking.
We obviously don't know when to stop talking.
And legitimately, we probably only stopped because it was getting very late.
It was getting late.
The conversation was still very good at the end of the stream. So
it was getting late in the midnight hour for real. So y'all have a snack. Y'all have a snack. Come eat dinner with us, and we will see you right here back at this space. Lord will Quick Don't Rise on Monday, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. Until then, bye bye.